Now to Europe, to the village of Pozarevac in Yugoslavia, the home of some of the world's most unusual radio stations. 11:15. Here's the news from Radio Apollo.
Budilnik je označio 10:45 časova. Ovde Apollo. Dajemo domaće vesti. Pera Nikolić juče je kupio polovnog Fijata 1300 za 1.700.000 dinara.
Radio Apollo is one of hundreds of tiny pirate stations in Yugoslavia whose unpaid operators broadcast snippets of gossip and snatches of music to the delight of their local listeners and the consternation of the authorities. Wherever the listeners go around Pozarevac, there goes Radio Apollo too. Authorized radio stations in Yugoslavia's larger towns are managed by the state. For them, the pirates are a thorn in the flesh, interrupting broadcasts and causing interference on official wavelengths. So new laws are on the way to regulate amateur transmissions. The authorities are having a hard time tracking down the underground operators, let alone punishing them. But the campaign's keeping the amateurs alert for patrolling detector vans. Possession of an illegal transmitter carries the threat of heavy fines or imprisonment. When he's satisfied the coast's clear, the operator prepares to go on the air. The chance of a raid at any time means there can be no fixed schedule for the informal broadcasts from Radio Apollo. But that doesn't stop the suitcase station from being far more popular locally than the professional competition from Belgrade. One-man Radio Apollo is typical of the pirate stations. In Serbia, there are about 500 run like this one. In Croatia, almost as many. And there are around 100 in Vojvodina. All work from secret studios with the most primitive forms of equipment concealed in the unlikeliest places. Set up in the parlour, all will soon be ready for another broadcast. This time, popular records introduced by Radio Apollo's composite engineer, announcer, news editor and disc jockey.
A sada, do sljedeće emisije, slušajte narodnu muziku.
Radio Apollo certainly involves the community. The proud new owner of the second-hand car found himself featured recently in a news item describing the deal. The station explained how he'd bought the car and pointed out that it hadn't been altogether a good buy, so warning others. Birthdays and anniversaries are also marked on the air. When it comes to music, Radio Apollo involves its audience to the point of participation, inviting them in to perform. The operator's sister's making her name as a ballad singer. You're on.
Hold
Then it's back to the sewing, leaving stardom behind for a while. Stations like Radio Apollo might be causing a few headaches in Belgrade, but in outlying areas they're keeping communities in touch. And that's important enough to keep their operators flirting with the law to ensure the show goes on.